What's up, good peoples? It's your boy Carcino here. And let's talk about it, shall we? I'm gonna let them figure out what they're doing today. Right now, they're trying to make a decision on should we send notifications, should we not? Let's see what happens. Looks like it's kind of stuck in the mud, trying to make a decision. Don't look like everybody's gonna get a notification today. News come outside as establishment. There's a lot of people out here who didn't even know what was happening or going on and probably still don't. Good morning, Mr. Griffin. I guess they're allowing comments now that pop in. But last night, outside of Drizzy's restaurant, there was a shooting. Okay, meaning somebody had a gun and decided they were going to shoot at Drizzy's restaurant. Not, they didn't pick the restaurant just because it's Drake's restaurant. Okay, let's get that assessed first. You know, was Drake at the restaurant when it went down? No. Wait a minute. We seem to be frozen on my screen. I don't know if you guys can see it, but we look frozen. Hold on one second. Oh, okay. I was trying to see something. We've already talked about the Warriors game. The video is on the timeline right under this. We trying to make sure everybody can get to see the video because right now it seems to be frozen on my end. So I guess Drake is somewhere on a keyboard. Like, no, he ain't. Not on my watch. Suck. So anyway, this is the most attention Drake's restaurant has received since its inception. Good morning, LaBella. Now, when you think of Drake's restaurant, you don't think violence. It's a very high scale and a beautiful looking restaurant. Look, exactly. Drake had a restaurant. Yes, Drake has a restaurant called the Pick Six in Toronto, off of Wellington Street. Now, we know Drake's a busy man. They serve sushi there. So it's high scale. But Drake's a busy man. He's finishing that Scorpion album, he's going hard while also guiding everybody, like young artists, taking them to a new plateau and doing features. But that's not the point. One of his businesses that he owns is a restaurant called the Pick Six. We know this. And right now, the police tape is around the restaurant or in the area of the restaurant. A guy named Jaden Jackson, who's 28 years of age, was enjoying himself at the Pick Six restaurant with a girl. They walked west on the north side of Wellington Street when they left the restaurant, but they were surprised by a black Honda Civic that rolled up on them. Allegedly, two men jumped out. They opened fire on the couple with Jackson as their main target. He escaped on foot, fled the parking lot, but was chased down by the driver and the two men who originally shot at him. After firing multiple shots, the assailants fled and were last seen heading west on Wellington Street. When police arrived, Jackson was in critical condition and was taken to a nearby hospital for treatment, but he was pronounced dead within a few hours. Currently, the suspects are still at large. That is what we know. And for some reason, they do not want you to see this video. Now, this was definitely an execution. Somebody who knew that this guy, right? Somebody knew he was at the restaurant and they were waiting for him to leave the restaurant. So the last thing on this earth that guy's gonna remember is that he was at Drake's restaurant. But that was an executed hit. We don't know this guy's relationships to Drake. Was it his friend? Was it somebody he was okay with? Well, we run into those situations all the time. It's in Canada. Yeah, it's pretty wild, what just took place. The same thing I said. I was like, man, that's pretty wild. Now, no one, I mean, that's the thing. Somebody, when you're a celebrity, somebody can get hurt and they'd be like, it was down the street from Kobe Bryant's barbershop. Kobe Bryant picture will be out there. It'll be his restaurant. The shooting didn't happen in the restaurant. Somebody just happened to eat in his restaurant. That's one reason I would never own a restaurant. I would not own a restaurateur business. A lot of them is not good investments. You get sued too much. You're open up to be sued so many times in so many different ways, especially when you own a restaurant. You're gonna be sued by the employees. You're gonna be sued by the city. You're gonna be sued by customers. You're gonna be sued 6 ways to Sunday. Investment partners, they're gonna sue you. Everybody's gonna sue you. Canada's peaceful. Where you hear that? Then you see Drake homeboy get murdered on TMZ live. They showed a whole murder execution video. That was a hit. This guy just got executed. That was a hit. I am the sun. Now, does that help? Did I block the sun now? Yeah, it's clean. I'll give him that. It's clean. Well, the girl that was with him, she didn't get hit. They shot in a direction and dude took off on foot. And when he took off, they went after him. So he basically saved her life. So in his last, thing that he done, he saved someone's life. So Canada got hoes. Free smoke times two, huh? Well, a guy lost his life, so it's always nothing to joke about when someone lose their life. The guy was murdered outside of the restaurant. He had just ate there with his girl. They left and they exited on what's that west of north on Wellington Street, and a Dodge Civic, a Honda Civic, Dodge Civic, a Honda Civic pulled up, started firing. He went off on foot. The girl stayed there, and he left her on foot and took off. And they went after him. Two men jumped out the car and the driver. What kind of driver is you to get out the car? If two guys with guns is going after him, what the driver getting out for? They must really wanted to get him. If the driver wanted a piece, driver like, no, I want a piece of this. I'm like, his job is to get everybody away. I mean, that was the other shooting we were talking about, not this one. I don't know if they have this one on there, but normally TMZ they're everywhere. So I don't think Drake invented the six. Okay, I think they called it that for whatever reason. I didn't forgot by now because it's a Toronto thing, and I'm not in Toronto. T dot. Well, maybe the six is a neighborhood in Toronto. They call it T dot, the dot, or TO. Y'all call it 12 in the States. I know what we call it in the States, Toronto. That's all it is. I thought Houston, the six was Houston. Guess who didn't get the notification? Everybody where this video was sent out to. Now you enjoyed the last Rick James video. That's good. That's what I made it for. Y'all to enjoy it. Well, someone was shot and killed outside of Drake's restaurant. They had just ate there and he went on foot and they didn't make it. Might do a hood story today. Might. Don't know yet. That no thought on about a street battle rap. Nothing to talk about. Killers everywhere. Yeah. But because Drake owns the restaurant, he's gonna get the free publicity off of it. So and some restaurants they used to drum up business. Back in the day when there was a attack or something happened, they'd be, oh, this is the place where somebody was attacked. People want to go. They love mystery for some crazy reason. A Marvel versus DC movie that was talked about, like a crossover But the two companies have other companies that would have to agree to sign off on that. And right now, that's not going to happen because of the simple fact that one side don't need the other. If they both financially were failing, then you would see it. Somebody say 6 million the cops out there. Oh, thanks, Mr. Sledge. I appreciate that. Ali Vegas. Yeah, I remember Ali Vegas. He was all right. I wouldn't say he was the next to blow or something like that. I wouldn't go that far. That was a nice dunk by James Harden. Dre must forgot he was left-handed and then remembered at the last second. His mind wasn't right last night. All right, that's what I thought. Zone 6 was in Atlanta. Everybody used to in Atlanta, they all talk about zones. Zone 5, zone 6. They always talk about the zone. Where's the Diddy coat? Which one? Well, thank you, Polo 21. I was having a good day that day. You're right, I was. And then I ran into a nightmare. Well, Chris Paul can play. I don't like his attitude, but he can play. All I did was point out the fact that he always get injured. He's injured now, just like my song says. CP injury every year. What do my song tell you? Shorty dirty. CP injury remix featuring Cardi B. I heard something crazy. They were gonna have that's right. There goes his knee. But what did it say? Next year it's more the same. Playoff start, high ankle sprain. Earlier this year, his first game of the season, his knee go out. There goes his knee. Then what happened? Playoff start, high ankle sprain. Now he's sitting over there with a high ankle sprain. But this time he gonna play through it. He heard the song. He couldn't. He's like, man, no, this dude made a song about me being injured. No, I gotta play through this. They call me CP injury. I gotta play through it. Will he ever thaw out? Yeah, DeRozan didn't like that. He was very, very disturbed emotionally. Well, I'm gonna get ready to get into my day. Then I'm gonna watch some T'Challa and 4K. 4K T'Challa. Make sure you go out and cop Black Panther. Dun-dun-dun, 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 T'Challa. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, T'Challa. 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 Now, when I watch it, I'm gonna turn into T'Challa. It didn't cost $34.99. That's how much it would cost regularly. If you regular priced it, it would be that type of price. But you get it for the low, get it for 24 bucks. And with that, you get the Blu-ray also, which you don't need. But no, the Blu-ray one has all the bonus features on it and everything else. You're paying for the quality. I have a 4K television, I have a 4K player, and I have a 4K video. We watch it in 4K, and it's life changing. Because I'm reading. I remember the old Black Panther comics. They were all over the place. Wasn't the greatest writing in the world. They were wild. He's going through women left and right. I don't think they're gonna have this Black Panther doing that, juggling wives around. Mm-hmm. When the Cavs go down, you know what we cranking. We might have a party in this house like you've never seen. We'll have people. We're gonna have strippers hanging off poles. We're gonna have everything up in here. Bubbles flying everywhere. A midget with a bow and arrow around his neck. We're gonna have all kind of crazy stuff going on up in here. Well, it just might be me on the live going, Cavs lose chips all the time, B. They be all right. They tough, right? Teaching people about that Bron money. Cavs lose chips all the time, B. Trying to tell you, man. Well, you know I had to rock that. Pray for the devil. What I'm praying for him for. Why would you put Kyrie won a championship? So how would you call him a big game disappointment? I might do another one.
Oh, fish and chips. That's easy work. That's what I do.
Hey, 78 guy, he going live right now.
I'm gonna do that. That's gonna happen. It was a spot in Harlem, bro. Oh, I forgot the name of the spot. It was a spot in Harlem. They have fish and chips, man. You know, which is fish and fries. And bro, when I say they give you a lot of food, they give you a lot of food, bro.
He got me hungry right now.
I was with my guys and shit back in the day. City and them niggas. And bro, I went up in there and I got, you give them like $8-9 or something. I can't remember the price it was. And they fill up the container. They don't even count how many pieces of fish they give you, how many fries. They just fill up the fucking container with shit. And it was enough food for me and another motherfucker to eat off of, and I eat for $9, $8, some shit. Now I was like, oh my god.
And does that sound like something you want? Absolutely. I don't even know where that spot is, but the way he just talked about it, I want to go. I need to go right now. Sharks. Am I trying to die? If I go out, I'm eating cod fish with green beans. Yeah, I got to go back to the gym. I went one day like I'm back. I came home like my back. My back. I was done. Then the couch is like, man, lay down, man. I told you we got you. You all right. Just grab that remote. Turn on the game. Yeah, relax. We got you, man. Look, I know what you even want to eat. You want to get some chicken? Yeah. Get some 2 liter? Yeah. I know you, son. Know you, son. You like the couch ain't never lied. AP Two Tone. I've heard that. Just can't think of where I heard it from. Yeah, I've seen the preview for the movie. But I told you, just no one listens. Maybe about one or two of y'all listen. Cause it'd be somebody be like, I remember when you said that. I'll be like, that's my best. Well, it depends on just like anywhere, it depends on where you go. I just like fresh food. I want it fresh, I want it good. But when you drunk in the hood, sometimes I'm about to destroy my Nike outfit. Boy, one time went to Stony Sub. We was blasted, drunk, just had a ball with a bunch of chicks. Everybody in there, we was on the same spot. Basically, we all came out, went to Stony Sub, hit up Stony Sub, got some food. That was the best drunk eating anybody has ever done in existence. And that stuff was all over grease, just grease galore. You just had that one day you just zoned out. I'm like, man, I ruined my entire Nike suit. I had to put that thing straight in the cleaners, and it still didn't get the stuff out all the way. That's how powerful that grease is. I'm like, what did they cook this stuff in? Oh no, the next Rick James story, oh, you won't even believe it. You will not even believe it. You right, Mr. 860. You paid attention. You listened when I told you that was what they were gonna do. Told you the floodgates is opening up, and here come the Biggie Tupac movies all pouring down. But we couldn't get an Easy E movie until Straight Outta Compton. You can't get a Big Pun movie. See, Big Pun is not a movie type. Which Big Pun movie you want? Because if they make a Big Pun movie, I don't think you don't like Big Pun when it's over. He wasn't the greatest guy in the world. This is a guy who's pistol whipping his wife, beating his kids. You don't want that. The whole world don't know that about Big Pun. Oh well, everybody knew he was a cokehead. He was on the cover of the Source with coke still on his nose. It was like coke still in the nose. I'm like, everybody knew he was gone off drugs. That wasn't nothing. He was that. Think he was just rapping that fast? Oh, no, the supersonic. Anybody with a holonic, and anybody was having about a galactic. Good about it for the hottest for the follows. And somebody would have come up with a 30 diamonds. I want to serve for the photo was over the patrol. I got a good body becoming the Judas Simone. Whoa, that dude is on. Be like, no more blow for him.